Good evening to all of you. I am Pooja Singh, faculty SIRTX department. Today we are going to discuss about nuclear energy. The content are how to produce nuclear energy, type of nuclear power plant, envir- uh, environmental effect due to nuclear energy or nuclear fusion, advantage, disadvantage, nuclear power plant, present and future scope of nuclear. So, how to produce nuclear energy? As we know, if one neutron is target to other nucleus like uranium 240, 235, thorium, whatever kinds of nucleus we can use, so it release three other neutrons and some divided into fusion product and create some energy. Such kinds of heat energy is used for nuclear energy, and we are using such kinds of energy, heat energy in boiler to producing a steam. So nuclear fission is working by split the atom apart to produce small atoms, as we discussed previously. So how to produce nuclear energy and how a nuclear reactor works. So this is the major components about nuclear energy, such as modulars and nuclear reactions. So we can see how can nuclear energy and nuclear fusion work. So this is the main part of nuclear energy. When we use when we use nuclear fusion, we can create a heat as a form of energy. So this kinds of heat can use to to generate steam in power plants. So this is the demo plant and so next is how to produce nuclear energy, principal part in a nuclear reactor. So there are so many parts. The main parts is core. Here the nuclear fission process take place. Modulator and actually moderators are generally made of graphites and or heavy water to reduce the speed of nuclears. So this is the type of nuclear power plant. So this is the power plant of nuclear power plant. Firstly, there are nuclear reactor, and using main parts are control rod, fuse rod, reactor core, cooling water pump, nuclear pressure vessel, and steam high pressure steam turbine, steam generator turbine. And this is the main component of nuclear power plant. This is basically converted into part: primary loop and secondary loop. Secondary loop is as it is like a thermal power plant, coal power plant, and primary loop is used in such manner of nuclear reactor. So heat is produced in the reactor due to nuclear fission, and there is a chain reaction. The heat generated in reactor is carried away by the coolant. It can be water or heavy water according to need. Circulate through the core to separate water steam are used to avoid the radioactive substance to reach the turbine, and water core has core heated up to 315 degree centigrade, but not turn into steam due to high pressure and primary loop. That means for high pressure we can use such kinds of other things we can use a boiler reactor known as BWR in second type of nuclear power plant. So this is all about second type of nuclear power plant, that is boiler water reactor. So the water is circulated through the reactor where the converter to steam mixture. The steam get collect above the steam separator. The steam is expanded to the turbine, which is turned to the turbine. And this is the environmental effect of nuclear power plant, and all the content is given there. So as we know, by coal, by gas, hydro, solar and wind, we can see the environmental effect by nuclear power plant is very minimum, but it creates a lot of radiation in so many years. So it is more dangerous because we don't have any kinds of permanent disposal technique for nuclear components or radioactive components. So this is the main drawback of nuclear power plant. So